Top of the agenda for the Kentucky General Assembly are bills that would curb the governor's emergency powers during the pandemic.
James Pilcher tells us how local lawmakers feel about this.
The first two bills introduced in both the House and the Senate this year either limit the governor's emergency powers or allow businesses and agencies to use federal guidelines instead of the governor's restrictions during the pandemic. I reached out to all of Northern Kentucky state legislators to ask them this question.
Do you think the legislature should limit the power of the governor in the middle of a pandemic?
6 of the region's members responded. Their answers split down party lines. 4 Republicans backed the new bills to curb Democrat Andy Beshear's powers. The region's 2 Democratic legislators say things should stay the same. The GOP controls both the state House and Senate. The legislature actually expanded the governor's powers 30 years ago.
If there was a Republican governor, I would be voting exactly the same way. I think it's a good idea to have the executive branch talking to the legislative branch, might say the people's branch.
We need a strong executive who can pivot quickly, especially in moments like this.
House Bill 1 would allow businesses and agencies to follow federal COVID guidelines and protocols instead of those issued by the governor. And Senate Bill 1 would limit the amount of time a governor can call for a state of emergency to 30 days. After that, he must confer with the legislature and bring them back for an emergency session. Beshear says the bills would do more harm than good, and adhering to CDC guidelines could mean more restrictions that are in place now.
These types of bills are incredibly dangerous, but it also prevents us from providing clear advice and having the flexibility we need to address a virus that just mutated.
James Pilcher, Local 12 News.
The bills have yet to fully pass either house. The governor has vowed to veto them, but Republicans likely have enough votes for an override.